Everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, that website address is theclinicaltrialsguru.com. This video is a little bit about social media and digital marketing and clinical trials, and one company, one organization that's doing a pretty good job at this, and they seem to be the forerunners. I have to give them a lot of respect as a CRO, because most CROs, if you look, they're not doing this kind of stuff, is Quintiles. So Quintiles is once again kind of leading the way with clinicalresearch.com, and if you haven't checked it out already, go check it out. I'm not affiliated with them in any way at all, so I get nothing out of this. But clinicalresearch.com, it's the first website I've seen by a CRO that's specifically targeting study participants. They kind of want to demystify clinical trials, although I think they can do a few things better. And I'll get into a little bit of that in this video and maybe other videos in the future. But the point of this video is to let you know that this trend, this movement, as far as social media and digital marketing and stuff around content, like really marketing around your content and becoming a trusted resource in your space, is extremely important. And Quintiles is leading the way once again. I mean, it looks like there's a reason why they're the #1 CRO in the industry, and that's because they do things like this. And while it may not seem that innovative to people outside the industry, because this industry is kind of behind as far as digital marketing and social media, as far as people in the industry, like actual organizations, they're doing big things. And they do patient videos, they do interviews with doctors, although I think they can do things a little bit better. But it's still a step in the right direction. So Quintiles, clinicalresearch.com, it's a perfect example of using content and marketing around that content and building trust around that content. Even though I think they can do some things better as far as their content, they are still light years ahead of all their other competitors. Now I think they can do more interviews, more genuine, authentic interviews. If you look at a lot of their videos, it's just mostly good experiences of study participants. And of course you want to promote that, but you want to promote more of the everyday person joining a clinical trial. Not everyone's going to have a great experience. Some of the videos I've done on the clinicaltrialsguru.com, we feature people who have had bad experiences, and people ask me, why do you do that? And again, it's all about authenticity. Builds my credibility up. And then Quintiles also does some physician content, so content for the potential study investigators and people who work in the industry. I think it's good. I think it's leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else, all their other competitors. But I still think they can do a little bit better as far as building content around their audience. And in this case, their audience is study participants, #1. But #2, other physicians around the country and around the globe, and also people working in the industry and people who want to work in the industry. So you got to become a trusted brand for this kind of stuff, and it starts with content. Content is king, and you see that Quintiles through clinicalresearch.com is ahead of the game, and I think that's important. It's an important milestone. They're starting to focus a lot of their strategy as far as recruiting study participants and even recruiting investigators based off of content. So we're going to see a lot more of this, and hopefully with time they'll make the necessary improvements to build even more authenticity in their space. And if you guys need help, give me a call or hit me up, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I'd be very happy to work with you guys, even if it's just giving you little pointers here and there or just getting my feedback. And then I'd love to get some of your feedback too and understand your strategies a little bit better. But anyways, clinicalresearch.com, you guys are doing a good job. This is Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Take care.